served on the Anderson County Council for 20 years. This September the 14th will be my 20th year.
And for people who don't know, remind them how you decided to get involved with County Council.
Well, I didn't decide. When my husband died in 1999, May of 1999, I had several people to come to me to ask me if I would run in his, for that position because it was open at that time. And I didn't want anything to do with county council. My thought was I was by myself, my children were gone, so I was going to find me a place to go. So I said no. And then throughout the funeral processions and all the things that went on there, they came back and asked me again, and I said no. Well, we buried him on a Sunday, and on Monday morning I got a call from Floyd's campaign manager, who was a dear friend of ours, and he asked me to do it, to please do it. So I did it after much fussing and complaining and a lot of crying. I did it. But I remember asking God, I said, Lord, if you want me to do this, then you have got to show me a sign. And here's what I want to see. Because I was so mad, I was so upset. I said, here's what I want to see. My God could take it. Well, I told him the sign I wanted to see, and I saw it. And when I saw it, where I wanted to see it, I just fell on my knees and I said, Lord, I yield. I yield. I can't fight you. I can't fight you. But I need you to help me, and I need you to take care of me. So a week later, Floyd died on a Thursday. The next Thursday at 1 o'clock, because I was told he died about 1, there I was in the council chambers declaring my intentions to run for county council. Well, it was a terrible ordeal. It was not easy. It was not easy. But I met with my sons. I have 2 sons, Gregory William, he's 47 now, I think, and Kenny Wayne is 43. So I got the boys together, and we talked about it. And whatever came up, I told them that it was the Lord's decision that I run. So I had to do it no matter what came up. So I ran, and it was okay. I ran. The nicest thing I want to tell you about is that our last son graduated from the University of South Carolina on a Saturday. Okay. And on the way home, we were talking about all this newfound income we were going to have. No more rent money, no more books, no more nothing. And what we were going to do with it. That was a Saturday. And the following Thursday, my husband was gone. Yeah. But it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Thanks to my friends. I have some wonderful friends. I have just been blessed with my friends and people who love me, genuinely love me. But it's okay. I've been here, it will be 20 years, and I'm still up there.
And it was a historic election. Well, first of all, Coach Floyd was the first African-American member of County Council.
Yes, he was.
And you're the first woman.
He was the chairman of the council when he passed. He was, yeah.
But your background's in education. You're an educator for years.
Yes, I have done quite a few things, and I see it now as it all prepared me for this situation that I am, for this position. I taught economics at Tri-County Tech for a while. I was a bookkeeper. I taught bookkeeping, for a while. And my background is business administration with a concentration in accounting. I have been in education. I have taught from the 2nd grade all the way through senior citizens. And I have done things that I didn't think that I would ever do. I was a counselor with vocational rehabilitation for 8 years, and I was what was called an evaluator. That job was to work with people to determine the type of position that they would suit well in. So it seems like everything that I have done in the past, as far as a work history is concerned, was leading up for me to be able to understand things, to do things, and to work with different people.
And you've always been known as somebody who gets out in the district and gets together with people. Remind people what your district is and who you serve.
Okay, I have about 22,000 people in my district, but each of us have about that many. But my district takes in Homeland Park, Broadway Lake, the Varennes area, near Pat Harris, up to Highway 29, half of downtown Anderson, and up to Pyramidary Road.
So a pretty good geographic area you're covering there.
Yes. And I have the most wonderful people in my district. You start out working with them, and then they become friends. You know, they're my friends and they're my constituents. You know, some I dearly love, but it's really good. You know, and I would advise anybody who's sitting at home with nothing to do, get involved. Yeah, that's the thing that got me through for 20 years. I was involved. Now, before my husband passed, what I wanted to do, I did. All I wanted in this world was to be Greg and Kenny's mama and Coach Floyd's wife. You know, you didn't have a name. This is Gracie. No, you're Coach Floyd's wife, you know, but that was suitable. That was suitable. But what I'm doing now is just really wonderful.
And Broadway Lake's part of your district. And
did I not say?
Well, I was just going to say, but you did. But that's been something you've really worked hard to improve things out there.
Yeah, when I looked at Broadway Lake, I saw the water, the houses, and the trees, and the grass, and the people. But then I saw something else. I saw a diamond in the rough, and I thought this could really be something great. So the first thing we did was some friends of mine, I don't know if they would like for me to say their names or not, but some friends and I got together and we organized. Organization with me comes like this. You the chairman, and you the treasurer, and you the... and we organized, okay? And then they did the rest. They knew what they wanted for that area, and they knew how they wanted it. And the only thing I did really was just sit around and say, okay, yeah, that'll work.
But you've got a center out there now that's booked a year or more in advance.
Oh, please don't let me tell you about that center, okay? That center was a lot of harassment. Before we did that, we had a building out there. The toilet leaked. The kitchen floor would flood out. It was nasty. It was just something that it was just sitting out there, okay? And people were trying their best to use it because they really needed it out there. So, given the chance to do something about it, we did. We decided that we were going to put a new building out there. And we worked on that so hard. Then it was finished. Well, the big picture was it was there. It was there that we did it. And the only thing we did was we shined up that diamond a little bit more.
And it's generating a lot of income, and it's booked a year in advance. A lot of weddings, a lot of parties and stuff out there.
Yeah, it is never available hardly at all on a Saturday because people are out there, they see what they have, they're enjoying it, what they have. They can see their tax dollars at work, and it doesn't cost that much to do it. But it was the right thing to do. You know, and this, the thing that kept coming in my mind is, if God be for you, who can be against you?
Things. What are some other things that you're proudest of from your time of service to the county?
Well, I was in a meeting once with the president of Tri-County Tech, and he was telling us about the enrollment, and at that time I asked him about the African American enrollment. He told me it's about 1%, and I just couldn't believe that. All this money we have to pay, and all of our people are not privy to this, so researched the thing and then figured out it's transportation. A lot of our kids didn't have the transportation to get out there. So I worked mostly with, I went to our administrator and told him, and he was always so supportive. And he said, okay, he assigned Michael Cunningham to work with me. And oh boy, poor Mike, he won't do that again, because I rode him like a wet horse in a thunderstorm, okay, because I really wanted that. Well, we worked, and the administrator worked. In fact, he even got Mr. Hollins, Senator Hollins, to come up with the money that we needed. He employed some transportation experts to help us. Well, we had the money. Michael went up to Clemson and talked with them. We had the money. We had the bus. All we needed now was the people. So we did it. We did it. Now we have a transportation system that picks up students. I think they do it outside of Walmart and take them up to, and that thing was fixed so well that people who had jobs got on it as well and rode to different places so they could find jobs. And the transportation system could even lead them over to Clemson just by changing the bus and at Tri-County, get on the bus for Clemson. That was a good thing.
And you had a real hand in expanding public transportation in the city too, making sure people could get around by bus.
Yes. Now, I must say that Michael Thompson, who was one of our council members during that time, had the area of Homeland Park. And he left the council, and he left that project there. Then they gave Homeland Park to me, and I knew what I was going to do. The first thing we did out there, we got the transportation system online so it could work. It can bring people out of Homeland Park or to Homeland Park, and that really worked. And one more thing I want to say about the transportation to Tri-County Tech, it was free. They didn't have to pay a dime to do it. We had two council members that said later on, those people over there need to pay. Yeah, but I said that they already paid. They paid for the east-west connector with no car. They can't drive on that, so they've already paid. But eventually, council, we call it the new council voted to make everybody pay. So it's not a high fee, thank God for that. It's not a high fee, but they are paying. People are paying now to ride the bus.
And now because of that, people can come from even Belton and some of the outlying areas, catch that bus and go to school.
Oh, yeah. I talked with Dickie Smith. Dickie is in charge of the adult educational program over here. Dick and I had a talk, and he was saying that he was going to have to bring people to that center up on North Main Street in order to get the educational opportunities that they need, but we didn't have any way. So that was just a conversation with him and a few key other people that to let them see just we needed to do this. I talked with the mayor about it, and then it was done. Also, another thing that I'm proud of is my children. I call them my children, my kids, my District 2 children, okay. There is a fantastic program here in District 2. It's called Men at Work. All right, they have a group of young boys and young men that they're trying to work with. Give them opportunities, show them different things. And they open the door a little bit for me to get in there to work with them, and that's one of my joys of doing that. These men, it's headed by Marion Terrence. Marion Terrence and Herbert Irvin and Mr. Simmons. I don't know his first name, but anyway, the three of them are the faces of it. They have other people, a lot of men, but they're really the faces of it. And they work hard to show these guys, and anything I can do or help to expose them to the world, to life, and to just living. I try to do that, and I'm very, very proud of that. And during the summertime, we have a camping program at the Y. The Y has allowed me to buy in some children that we can send up to the Y camp during the summertime. Now, I try not to have the same children all the time because we only have so many we can serve. So each year it's a brand new crop of children that we send up to the Y camp for the summer.
You talk a lot at council meetings about opportunities for your citizens and your kids particularly. That's always seems to have always been an important part of what you're doing as a council person.
In Homeland Park, with the help of the city and Bobby Bevel, we looked around and we saw a need out there for the kids. And Mr. Bevel and I worked together, and District 2 was able to fund a baseball program for these children. We thought that we were going to have about maybe enough for a team, but it was overwhelming. It was really overwhelming. But District 2 spent $5,000 to start that baseball team, and it's still going on today. The children can play. They have several teams out there, and that's one of the things that I'm happy about that we were able to do. But working in District 2, we've done a lot. We have done things that people don't even know we did. Did you know that in District 2 we started the housing fixer-upping? How can you say that?
Well, like
there's a word for
repairs, yeah.
Yeah, we demolished old, burnt down houses that were very, very abused, very, very demeaning to the community. We were the first one to raise those houses. I was pleased with that. We were the first ones, and also opportunity came for us to get some money to rehab the houses. Okay, guess who was first in line? District 2. Okay, what we did, we went out. Now that was Terry Chapman. Terry Chapman was the community leader, and he was chosen the same way everybody else was chosen. You're going to be the community leader, I told him. And he was good. He went around to all the houses and passed out applications, and the people followed through. We did this through the Appalachian Council of Government, and it was phenomenal. It went over very well. People got their houses done, roofs done, air conditioner floors, kitchen floors done, and that was one of our crowning glories when that happened. When I came on, there was only one community that was organized, okay, and that one was Jebco. It's right down the street from the Broadway Lake, a community. They were already, so I took a page from their book, and we started organizing all the communities that we could, because it made it so much easier to get things out and to find out what was going on. So we ended up with, Lord, I don't remember the number, but it's a large number. I know we have Homeland Park now. We have the East Side, I think that they may have been already started on that already. But we have Booker Susan Street. That's another crown for us. But we have Booker Susan Street. It was several of them, and every month we had a meeting, leaders meetings. And first of all, when we first started this, Kurt Stutler is he's my partner. He's my rock, okay? But Kurt Stutler and I used to have meetings where we would train them about what to say, how to do it, what not to do, what to do, and about the county. And it paid off well. That paid off too. But we've done a lot in 20 years. We have done a lot, yeah. And it didn't come easily.
We're in the process of a new budget year. What are some of the big challenges facing your district and the county as we go into the new budget year?
Well, I have asked, well, this morning, in fact, I have asked that we get, okay, the money to tear down the houses started at $50,000 the first year. And then it went as high as $150,000. Then it was cut down to $50,000 again. But you got to remember that Anderson is growing, Anderson is getting old. $50,000 won't cut it anymore. We have to have some money to finish up these houses. We have burnt houses sitting up in community that's being used by people of no character. Let's just put it that way, okay? And we have to get these houses out of these communities so people can have a full quality of life, okay? We need more money in our recreation account. Our ordinance tells us that the recreation account is supposed to be used for rec money. It was explained to me like this. The city has a recreational department. We don't. So we have to provide these activities for our population, and certain amount of money is given to us for this. Right now we get $30,000. Each district gets $30,000 plus $5,000 accommodation money. That's $35,000. But the money's supposed to be used for recreation, camping, parties, Christmas time things. That's what it's supposed to be used for. The money that they allot me for District 2, I use it strictly for recreation. I have asked for more money because some of them are broke by Christmas time. There maybe needs to be another fund to help everybody else that comes for money, okay?
And a hospitality tax would help?
It would, yeah, but that needs to be looked at carefully. That needs to be looked at because, well, it needs to be looked at. But I'd like to say this, all right? I have committed myself and my district and the funds that my district get. I don't give money to all white organizations, nor do I give money to all black organizations. It's got to be something that everybody can take advantage of. For the past 3 years, District 2 sent a bunch of kids to the national track meet. And it was a lot of children because sometimes this is all they have. And these kids love to run. You don't believe me? Go to elementary school, okay? They love to run. So District 2 provided the money for them to do that sort of stuff. And it needs to be more in there. And it needs to be strictly about recreation. Or give us a recreational center. Give us somebody who's going to take all this money and do what needs to be done for this area.
What other challenges you see in the budget we got coming up now?
I have been asking for, I guess this is still recreational, but I want Broadway Lake to start moving again. We have a lake out there. There's a sign out there that says no swimming. And there are people in the water swimming. At the same time, there are some officers out there watching them swim. Okay? If something should happen out there, what do you think is going to happen? We pay now or we pay later, but we will pay. It has been my thing to get them to look at Broadway Lake as they looked at the one up north, called the Mayor Wright, what's the name? The Wright Park.
Darwin Wright Park.
Yeah, why couldn't we have one here on Broadway Lake? Broadway Lake. It needs to be an area where people can swim just like they do at Darwin, right? Have picnics, or just go out there and have a family day, enjoy themselves. That's what I want for Broadway Lake. That's what I worry about more than anything else. I want a nice, clean neighborhood where people can go home and just relax and rest. I want a neighborhood where it's quality, you know. I want a neighborhood where you can go to your bed at night and don't have to hear the shooting. And even with my elderly people, that worries me the most.
Well, it looks like in the new census, Anderson County is going to show pretty huge growth, so that's going to bring a lot of challenges too.
See, that's the problem right there. Okay, we can't live as we did 50 years ago. We have over 200,000 people here now. These people have to go somewhere. They are impacting the community. They impact the roads. They impact the schools and the fire station. We need more money in this area to accommodate all these people, and to help them get the things that they need in order to live here peacefully. This is one of the most beautiful places that you can live. Anderson County is absolutely beautiful, but we have to stop living like we did when Grandpa was here, and we need to quit saying if it was good enough for Grandpa, it's good enough for me. It's not. It's not good enough for you. It was good enough for him because he was satisfied, but we're not. But we have to open our eyes. And another thing we have to do, we have to start accepting people for where they are, if they're in the right place, and for who they are. We need to stop this thing of picking and choosing and being so. We need to be inclusive. And another thing, I don't believe in a trickle-down economy. I don't believe in that at all. I don't believe that you give all the money to the man at the top and it will trickle down to the man on the bottom. I just don't believe in that. I believe that you should help the man on the top, and the man on the top and you should help the man on the bottom. That's how I feel about it. And it's not a secret that I'm very outspoken. I guess I could be very opinionated, but I don't understand what that means. Everybody's got an opinion. They just choose whether or not they're going to say it or not. They're going to speak it or not, you know. But I am Gracie Floyd, and I'm a child of God. And I will keep on working until he tells me, okay, Gracie, you can go now and find you a nice place to live and go fishing. I love to fish. You can go fishing, or you can just sit on the porch and rock.